School can be so stressful and overwhelming, but with the right study methods, you can make it so much easier for yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelsie. Make sure you subscribe so you'll never miss an upload. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys all of the tips and tricks that I have gathered throughout my years. Hopefully it helps you study easier and actually retain what it is that you're trying to learn. Okay guys, really quick before I move on with the video, I just wanted to give a big thank you to Bday Luxury for collaborating with me. I haven't tried them out just yet, but I just wanted to let you guys know what it's all about because I find it very interesting and I'm excited to try it. So this one's Gamma. Gamma is used to improve your focus throughout the day. So what this contains is something called amino acids, and we're actually learning about this in nursing school. Amino acids help produce energy. And it also has a bunch of other vitamins and minerals that help detox your body. And tryptophan is a prominent amino acid in here that helps improve cognitive function overall. So I'm really excited to try this one out. Now let's talk about Gamma really quick. No, that was Gamma. Let's talk about Delta really quick. Delta helps improve your sleep by helping your brain produce its own melatonin, which is super cool. Delta also contains a bunch of other fatty acids, and fatty acids help with learning and memory and overall brain function. Thank you so much, Bday Luxury, for sending me these. I'm very excited to try them out. And let's just get back into the video where I'm giving you guys bunch of study tips and how to make studying more fun. Number one, when you're in class, try to think about what is the main idea. Try to pick out the main key ideas. Usually you can find the key ideas by your professor's body language. You might have a straightforward professor who will say something like, "This is important," or "This will be on the test." Or you might have an indirect professor who will just use a different tone of voice when they get to a certain topic. Pick up on different tones of voices that your professor is using. Pick up on the key topics. Get down the key idea, summarize it into your own words, and then when you go home, then you can kind of look back on it and make sense of it for yourself and maybe write it out in a longer form. And by the way, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask your professor to please slow down. I cannot tell you how many times I've raised my hand and was like, "Hey, hold on, run it back. Run it back, you did it way too fast." They are there to help you learn, and actually if you don't pass, it looks bad on them. So they want you to succeed. Please don't be afraid to raise your hand and to ask them to slow down if they're going too fast for you. You don't look stupid, so don't be afraid to ask them to slow down. Still on the first tip of getting the main idea, when you're reading a textbook, forget all of the noise. There's going to be so much clutter, so much noise, but there's going to be that certain sentence that you need to highlight and take from it, okay? Don't try to clutter your brain and know every single thing about the topic. Just know exactly what it is that is most important. Okay, now that you have all of your notes and you've taken the key ideas, the second tip is literally what has been getting me through nursing school. It's so old school and you might be like, "Oh, I could just write it in my Google Docs or whatever." Listen to this.
Flashcards.
Flashcards will be your best friend. Flashcards are scientifically proven to be an effective way of studying because it promotes repetition. We all know that repetition is key. That's how you learn best, by repeating it. After you've taken out all your key points and you wrote them in your notes, then make flashcards out of them. That is the best method of studying that I have found so far. Seriously, it might sound so old school, but I don't even care. Take the time and do your flashcards, girl. The third tip I just started doing this year, but it has completely changed my life. It's find a study partner. Find somebody who is as committed as you are to your education. Finding a study partner will not be effective if you choose somebody who's just willy-nilly and doesn't really care. Choose somebody who is just as passionate, if not more passionate than you are about getting their education and getting good grades. This will motivate you and inspire you to do better. Shout out to my study partner, Kirsten. I love you so much. You're the best ever. She literally shoots for a 90. That is it. I'm like, girl, I'm chilling with an 85, but she's like, no, we need a 90. So that kind of motivates me and sets fire under my ass because I'm like, oh shit, well, my study partner has such high standards, you know, I gotta live up to that. And also, having a study partner will motivate you and make you feel less alone. College can be so daunting and it can be such a lonely time in your life, but if you have somebody who's there with you and going through it with you, it'll feel a lot less lonely and you'll be a lot more motivated. Trust me, I went the first couple months without a study study partner, but ever since she's came into my life and we've been working together through this, I've just felt so happy and inspired and ready to take on the day, and I know that somebody is there and has my back. It's just really, really good to have somebody. Okay, so this is for when you're studying at home. Optimize your space. What I mean by this is choose a specific area in your home or in your room that you're going to study in. Mine personally is that vanity right over there. I choose to have it clean and organized for me, so when I'm sitting there, that's just how my brain operates. I just need to have a clean space so I can sit there and really focus, because if there's clutter everywhere, I don't operate like that. I am not going to be able to focus on whatever the heck I'm doing. So please make sure to optimize your space. Light a little candle, play some music in the background, make it a mood, romanticize the idea of studying, because you're not always going to have this. Everything is temporary. You're not always going to be in a stage of your life where you have to study for something. So you might as well make the most out of it while you have it. You don't have to look at it as a negative thing. You don't have to look at it as a chore. You can look at it as something that you are privileged to do, because in reality, if you are getting an education, you are privileged. That is just facts. Like, there's some people in the world who would die to have the opportunity to get the education that you're getting. Recognize that, be grateful for that, get in the mindset of this is a privilege. I get to do this rather than I have to do this. And that will make you feel so much more motivated. Optimize your space and your mind. Your mind is also a space that you need to make sure is clean. Make sure your mindset is clean. So clear out all that negativity, get a little brain duster, clear it all out, swish it all out, and then refill it with good, grateful, positive thoughts, because you are blessed to have the opportunity to get an education. Moving on to the next study tip. Study in a different environment. Oh my gosh, this one is so fun. I love doing this one. When I was studying for anatomy and physiology, my partner and I used to go at the crack ass of dawn to Stewart's coffee shop at like 6:30 in the morning, and we would study till 7:30 and then be at school by 8. So study in a different environment. It makes it fun. You're romanticizing it. You get to take cute pictures. You get to have memories to look back on. And there's just something about being out and about that early in the morning that really just feels so empowering, because there's still people out. So it's not like you're the oddball out, but there's not as many people out. So you also feel like, ooh, this feels good. Like, I'm doing something different. Not everybody has the discipline to do this. So you start to feel really good about yourself when you wake up early and study in a different environment. We go after school, after class, if we can't always make it in the morning times. It's just really good to study in a different environment. It switches it up, makes it more fun. Moving on to the next study tip. This is it's less focused on like methods and techniques, but take care of yourself. Prioritize your self-care. If you're not sleeping or eating right, it's almost impossible to perform well in school. Performing well in school takes brain power. And if you're not sleeping right and you're not eating right, you're not giving your body that energy. You're not able to exempt your brain power in the proper way. Like, if you're not eating and sleeping right and you're still going to school and putting all your energy there, you're just gonna be a miserable, big, hot mess, okay? One or the other. Sometimes you can't get both. Personally, I can't get sleep. My sleep is lacking because I'm just always so busy, but I make sure to try to supplement that by drinking enough water and eating the proper foods and cutting out shit that I don't need, minus my coffee. I probably don't need my coffee, but if I have a choice between an apple and a cookie, I'm gonna choose the apple, because I know the apple is better for me and the apple is gonna give me the better energy. Some other examples of self-care can be exercising. Exercise releases endorphins in your brain, and that's a huge act of self-care. You're doing something physically and working for happy chemicals. That is self-care. Meditation is really good. You're completely calming your body down.
Getting in tune with yourself.
And having me time, that is so important. My me time has been lacking lately, but I'm finally getting back into the groove of carving out time in a day to really just spend time with myself. Just like you need to spend time with your boyfriend or your mother or God, you need to spend time with yourself. Okay, and the next study tip I'm gonna share, this one's pretty obvious, but when you're sitting down and you're studying, limit the distractions. You don't wanna get into the flow and you're really grooving. You're like halfway done in the chapter and you're taking really good notes, and then boom, your phone goes off and you go on Instagram and suddenly you're scrolling for 10 minutes, and then now you don't even wanna get back into it and you just close whatever, and then boom. You see how easy that can work? So limit the distractions, turn your phone on vibrate, put it in a different room, completely isolate yourself. Your study time is very important. If you would like to see more videos like this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That would be so super cool. And yeah, it was really nice talking to you guys, and I wish you so much luck on your journey. Do what your heart tells you to do and just go with the flow. Do your best. As long as you're putting in your best effort, that is what's gonna get back to you. So yeah. All right, bye guys.